murders of politicians and journalists who inconvenience the Kremlin have become routine. But the world only began to pay attention when the punitive measures of the Russian Federation spread far beyond its borders. 2006, London. Alexander Litvinenko, former KGB and FSB officer, was poisoned with highly toxic polonium-210. The European Court of Human Rights found Russia guilty of this murder. The motives for it were many. Litvinenko publicly disclosed the intentions of the special services to eliminate Boris Berezovsky, a politician critical of Putin. He accused the Russian president of pedophilia and wrote a series of books about structural corruption and criminality of the FSB. Another high-profile case was the murder of Sergei Magnitsky, an accountant and auditor who publicized the large-scale schemes of embezzlement of budget funds through illegal tax refunds organized by Russian officials and security forces. As revenge for this, he was put behind bars for trumped-up charges. According to Magnitsky's colleagues and human rights defenders, his death was caused by the conditions in which he was kept and the denial of necessary medical help. This time the political consequences were grave. The US government approved the Magnitsky Act, which put a list of high-profile people under sanctions, including 60 high-ranking Russian officials who had been involved in the murder. Later, the European Parliament adopted a similar resolution. But despite this, the killings continued. 2018. Salisbury. Former Russian military intelligence officer Sergei Skripal and his daughter were poisoned in their own home. This time the assassins used one of the world's deadliest poisons, Novichok. The same Novichok appeared in the attempt on the life of Putin's political rival Alexei Navalny. Having miraculously survived, he even managed to expose the whole group of FSB employees who had tried to eliminate him. But former service people and opposition leaders are not Russia's only targets. The year 2022 unexpectedly became fatal for many Russian businessmen closely affiliated with the Kremlin. Fascinatingly, 15 people died under similar circumstances, and this is before counting their family members. Sergei Protosenya was a former executive of the gas company Novatek. He was found hanging in the garden of his Spanish estate. His wife Natalia and daughter Maria had been killed with an axe. The official version of events states that Protosenya killed his family and then took his own life. Vladislav Avayev was a former vice president of Gazprom Bank. He was found dead along with his family. According to the official investigation, he killed his family and then took his own life. Vasily Melnikov was a billionaire, owner of the medical equipment supply company Medstom. He also killed his wife and family, and then cut his own life short. Falling to death also made a comeback. Dan Rapoport was an American businessman born in Latvia during the times of the USSR. Supposedly, he fell out of one of his apartments in Washington, D.C. The chairman of the oil giant Lukoil, Ravil Maganov, fell out of a window of a Moscow hospital. The manager of Gazprom resort Krasnaya Polyana, Andrei Krukovsky, mysteriously fell off a cliff. But why do all these accidents and suicides look so suspicious? All these businessmen had access to top-secret information and were likely privy to the highest-level corruption schemes. Under the threat of sanctions, they could have revealed much of what Putin and his cronies would rather keep secret. And no one keeps secrets better than the dead.